there's a lot of lessons that you've taught me. Is there any lessons that being a father has taught you?
I could honestly say you taught me how to be more honest. And when I say you taught me to be honest and more kind, because my humor can be very, very rough. Monday, and it's the Chazz Palminteri Show on Monday. So, we have a very interesting guest today. Before I bring her on, I'll just got to do some housekeeping, as they say. If you'd like to see the Chazz Palminteri Show, come to chazzpalminteri.net. Watch the original one-man show that I've been doing for 34 years. You believe that you can watch it on pay-per-view this month? You can watch it on Amazon, Google,
Apple TV.
Apple TV. The original one-man show, you could see it. Shot with 4 cameras by 3 Nut Studios. Incredible job. So, John, where am I going to be? Where am I doing the show?
So starting in October, on the 4th, you're going to be in Mashantucket, Connecticut at Foxwoods Casino. October 10th, you're going to be in Peekskill, New York at Paramount Hudson Valley. October 12th, you're going to be in Des Plaines, Illinois at the Des Plaines Theater. And October 13th, you're going to be in Chicago, Illinois at the Columbus Day Parade Medal of Honor Award.
Yes. Now, please don't forget my restaurants. If you go to my restaurants, all you have to do is say, I watch Chazz Palminteri Show. You get a free dessert. I'm talking about if you got 10 people, you get 10 desserts.
Is that true?
That is true, honey. 10 desserts. Just mention you watch the show. That's it.
When did that start?
Would you wait a second?
All right,
I didn't even bring you on yet.
Sorry.
So that's all you have to do. 30 West 46th Street, 265 Main Street, Chazz Palminteri Wine, and, of course, my cigars, lcgcigars.com. So, you know, you've seen my son. I've had my son on a bunch of times. And my daughter, who I always wanted to have on, but she was away at college. She went to the University of Michigan. And,
Go Blue.
Go Blue. That's right.
Always.
Big fans. Go Blue. And anyway, before I say so much, she's done so much. I'm so proud of her. Jana, my wife, and I are very proud of both of my children, Dante and Gabriella. And, you know, that card, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. I put it in her room when she was young, and obviously she did not waste the talent. Gabriella, my daughter, how are you today?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. So, yeah. Gabriella, nobody's ever really met you. I mean, you were on one little piece with a bunch of us once.
Like in the background, yeah.
In the background. Mm-hmm. But this is one where it's an in-depth view of, I guess, a father and a daughter talking.
Yeah.
Right?
I would agree. I think I am excited to come on to the podcast now. I always see Dante on it and Catherine and Tara, who I love so much. They're like my aunts, and right. Everyone just has a great time. So and I love the podcast and everyone. So I'm really excited to be on, for sure.
So how was college? You had a great time at college?
I had the best time.
You did.
Time. I couldn't have asked for a better time, truly.
So you made all these friends for life? Mm-hmm. For life?
For life.
For life.
For life.
And, you know, people don't realize, and I say this, I'm sorry, you won't say it, but they only took 25 people in the whole country for University of Michigan a musical theater program. 11 girls, right? And the rest boys, I think it was.
In my class, yeah. I mean, they take smaller classes because musical theater programs typically take smaller classes to give each student, a lot of attention so the teachers can kind of...
Now, Michigan was your first choice, right?
Yeah, Michigan was my first choice.
Carnegie Mellon was your second, I think.
Yeah, I had a lot of different schools.
Boston, too.
Yeah. I love... There's a lot of really amazing musical theater programs in the U.S., so yeah, you really can't go wrong with any of them. They're just so wonderful, and Michigan was obviously my top choice, and it is a excellent musical theater program. And I am very honored and feel grateful every day that I have the opportunity to go. The professors are the most amazing people on the planet, most amazing mentors, teachers, professionals in the industry. and I am honored to have been able to learn from them.
So, Gabriella, I'm your father.
Yes, I'm your father.
I'm your father. Do you separate the father from who I am?
What do you mean? Like, yeah.
But to you, I'm always dad, right?
Yeah.
I'm just dad.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of funny, when people have reactions to.
When did you first realize that?
That you were an actor?
Yes.
Or that your job was different?
Yes.
The question I wanted to ask, you asked Dante, like, who was the first celebrity that you met where you realized that I was somebody famous?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Dantes was going on a helicopter to Billy Joel's house.
The first celebrity that I met where I was starstruck and I was like, whoa.
Was it, De Niro you knew since you were a little girl?
Yeah, I knew him forever. So obviously, like, oh my gosh, but I wasn't starstruck because I was so little and he was like Uncle Bob.
You kind of grew up with him, yeah.
Starstruck.
Was it Bloom?
Orlando Bloom.
That's right.
Orlando Bloom.
Right.
So
we have that photo.
Yes, Orlando Bloom. I literally, thank you. I remember that now because my brother growing up, I don't think they still have these, but like the Warhammers, like the little action figures that you paint. So he would do that with him and his friends, and they were obsessed with Lord of the Rings. So I watched Lord of the Rings because I was always like the little sister who like wanted to like do everything my brother did. So I was like, I like Lord of the Rings, and I was like literally like, I probably was like 10, maybe 9, 10, and I saw Orlando Bloom, and I was like, oh my God, Orlando Bloom! Like I had the biggest crush on him. I was like, oh my God, and then we were at Bob's Christmas party.
Christmas party, yes.
And my dad was like, there's someone here I want you to meet. And I was like, who? And Orlando Bloom walks over and I literally was like, ah! I was like, oh my God. Totally Orlando Bloom. Absolutely hands
that. You were
down.
Screaming.
Orlando
And he was so
Bloom.
sweet.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he was so sweet. But I was actually a little starstruck. I was like, yeah.
I mean, people ask me this, do you spoil your kids? And I always go,
yes.
I mean, but you don't act spoiled.
I hope not.
You really don't. People always tell me, your kids don't act spoiled, so you didn't spoil them. But then I talk to you guys, you go, yes, Dad, you did. I mean, maybe in the middle, I didn't do that much.
No. I think because you didn't come from money. You did not come from money.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You were scraping together two dimes to get a can of tuna.
Yes.
In LA, way back when.
Right.
So I think that informed your parenting. You know what I'm saying? You were like, listen, you guys have it so good. Like,
right.
Be grateful.
Is there anything in particular that you remember, like how he taught you the value of a dollar?
How you taught me the value of a dollar?
Because he's right. You guys don't act spoiled in any way. Like other famous and rich people that I've met, like their kids are just so snobby and so stuck up and they're just boring.
Thank you.
You guys are completely different than them. Even him as a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like anybody that's ever met him says, oh, wow, he's just like a normal guy.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what do you think he did to parent you guys into not acting like spoiled children?
I think there was a lot. I don't think it was one thing in particular. I think it was the amalgamation. Is that how you say the word?
Yeah.
Amalgamation?
Amalgamation? I don't know.
I think.
Accumulation of a lot of different things. Like my dad has a very, as you know, like a very intense work ethic. So seeing that growing up, because they always say like parents, your kids learn from what they see more than what they hear, what you tell them. It's, what you do. So I think just watching him work was a lesson in it of itself, I also think on my mom's side, my grandparents lived with us our whole lives and they're from Italy and they came from rural Italy and, immigrants and everyone, nobody really came from money. So it was a lot of just like that type of, we were just that family. I don't know.
We were in it together.
Very family oriented.
Right.
Also, everyone was taught the value of family. So there wasn't a lot of like selfishness. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, yeah.
Right? Yeah, I would say that. I think when you taught me the value of a dollar, I don't, to be honest with you, we can cut this out. I don't really know because you used to buy me anything I wanted for real. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
I did. But in reason.
In reason.
But you were so good. I mean, John, she wanted this house when she was like 5, I think. The pink house.
Yeah, I'd like a life-sized dollhouse.
A life-sized dollhouse, and to put it in on the property. And I said, and it was like $5,000. And I thought she was a little young to get that kind of gift. And I said, well, let me think about it. And then each day she would sit on my lap and go.
I'm like, Dad.
And she would she would like this with her hand, rub my beard, and go, Dad, I'm not saying we're going to buy it.
Yeah.
But if we did buy it, what color would you think we should get?
Yeah.
We're not going to buy it, but we're not going to buy it.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know. What color you like? She goes, I like white with pink shutters.
That's what I said. I want white with pink shutters.
Or white with black shutters. And she just kept it up and kept it up. And then finally one day she was at school. I just called people and they bought it and they brought it over.
Yeah, yeah.
And she came home and I said, oh, come on, Gabriella, look. And you were like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I was young.
I said, look. And she goes, ah! And she screamed and she ran. I mean, that was worth the price of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, as a parent, how'd that make you feel?
It made me feel great because $5,000 was more than my father made the whole year. So to me, it felt really good.
Yeah.
Was there anything like in particular, life advice or anything that he gave you when you were younger that you were like, what the hell are you talking about? And now that you're older, you're like, oh, that makes a ton of sense.
So Dante and I were talking about this a little bit. We laugh about it, but there's also a flip side to it of like, it actually makes a lot of sense. You're very simple when you give advice. You've always been that way.
Yes.
You're not very,
Philosophical?
no, he's philosophical, but you're not like an overthinker. You're like, just do it or don't.
I'm very clear.
Yes, right? So it's nice sometimes, depending on what mood you're in, you can only get advice from him if you're ready to hear the God's honest truth of the situation. I would say that's true.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to pontificate with somebody and go around, he's not the guy. But if you want to really just hear what you have to do, point blank, one sentence, then right. But anyway, point is, something that you said was probably...
Well, I always gave you the card, wasted talent. I put that in your room and that in Dante's room. So
the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. That was something you always said to us. But I think you had this, because remember, you had the book. We had this book growing up.
Yes.
Where it was a little black book and you would write in gold Sharpie if you had a fear. That I would say that you from a young age were, from what I remember, was always telling us overcoming fear. If you were afraid of something, you had to overcome it. If you were scared of something, you had to overcome it. You can't let fear dictate what you do. So, when you're a kid, I didn't really understand what that meant. But now as an adult, I understand like that's a huge life lesson, right? Fears. Because we had a book, little black book. And if you were afraid of something, you had to do it. And once you did it, you would write it in the book. It was like the accomplishment book. So, yeah, like I remember for Dante, like he was really afraid to go to school.
He had anxiety.
He had anxiety,
school, yeah.
He was like really little, like preschool or something.
Right.
And he was really afraid to go to school and like leave my mom.
And then he accomplished it.
So he did the full day of school and then he came home and he wrote, I did a full day, I didn't cry or whatever.
And you were sucking your thumb, I think.
Yeah, mine was that I sucked my thumb for a really long time. It really screwed up my teeth and it was really bad. And so he said, once you stop doing it, you get to write it in the book, and it became like an incentive. And so,
right, and then you went to the dentist and fixed your teeth.
And then they fixed my teeth, yeah. But I had very bad buck teeth because of it.
Yes. Yes, but thank God.
Was the book only for the children?
Yes.
Yeah, it was just for me and Dante.
So if you had to write something now, what would it be? And this is a question for both of you.
About like a fear I've overcome.
Yeah, right now in life. Like if you had to write something in that book, if there's something you wanted to check off, what would that be?
Wow, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Probably, I'm getting a fear. You know what? I've had a couple of fears. Mm-hmm. One of my fears was I was a hypochondriac. Everything was, both of us were that.
Both of us are like actual hypochondriacs.
Yeah. And I had a great fear of death. Mm-hmm. But now I still have a fear, but I'm not as bad as I was.
So you would write in the book like, I'm not afraid of death anymore or something
I
like
would
that?
say I'm better now. I wouldn't say that's it, but I'm better now than I was. I always felt that I always worked hard because I was afraid I wasn't going to accomplish everything that I should have or I could have. You know, I think my fear would be not to waste time because I could waste time sometimes. You know what? When you have money, you don't have to work. You can goof off.
Yeah.
And I remember my psychiatrist, Dr. Phil Stutz, who said, making it is one thing, but staying there is even harder.
It's even harder.
Because you don't have the drive anymore. But I keep on driving and I keep on working.
And you do.
And I do.
You do.
But I always think sometimes I'm not doing enough. And I wish I could get a little more satisfied with that.
You know what's so funny? I would actually say the same thing. I also had a crazy fear of death. Same thing. Because him and I are very similar. I had a crazy fear of death. It would give me panic attacks. Remember when I was having all those panic attacks and stuff? Yeah, like because the idea of death was so... Because when you're young, you don't understand it. And then I think it's because I saw my grandmother, who I was very close with, when she passed, I was like the first person who passed that I was like very, very close with. So it was like that first experience with that. After that, I had this crazy fear of death that ruined my life for a while. I was like literally agoraphobic. How crazy is that?
But now you don't have that anymore.
No, I mean, it's still there, but it's not.
Always there.
It's always there.
With everyone.
Yeah.
With everyone. But you know what? I did a podcast with Dion DiMucci. And he said something to me that no one's ever said to me in all the books. Mm-hmm. He has this book, The Rock and Roll Philosopher, which is a great book. You got to pick it up. But Dion said something to me. Dion and I, he's older than me. He's a good 10 years older than me. And we grew up in Belmont Avenue, and both of us became famous from their area. But Dion said, you could be successful, but you might not be fulfilled. And when he said that to me, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So he said, very successful people fear death and they scared and they die horrible because they're not fulfilled.
Yeah. Or at peace.
Or at peace.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get at peace, and I'm getting there. I can't say I'm there yet. I'm getting there. I made mistakes. And you try to, nobody's perfect. But the idea is you try to overcome them and try to do the best you can.
Yeah.
But, so I think, Gabriella, the key is, obviously, you're so talented, you're going to be very successful. But find something that fulfills you.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, and so that really made a lot of sense to me. And I liked it a lot.
So that kind of answers my next question that I had, but maybe you have a different one, which was, you have many, many more years left. But if you had to give Gabriella a message before you left, what would it be?
Ooh.
If I had to give what?
Gabriella a message before you left, what would it be?
I would tell her the saddest thing in life is wasted talent, honey. And time is precious. Don't waste time. That's what I would tell her.
Yeah.
Because there's the past. If you're thinking life in the past, you're done. If you're thinking your life in the future, you're worrying about something that probably won't happen. Stay in the present. And I mean, when I say present, I mean now.
Right.
This moment, like right now.
Right now.
I worry about 10 minutes. That's it. The next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say, because it goes really fast.
Yeah. I think it's part of growing up is realizing how much,
right.
how much time you don't have. I don't want it to be Jesus, sad or anything. But like
No,
in a way, it's
but it should be
inspiring
reality.
and it's reality of like you feel like it's time is the most precious thing we have. We all know this, right? I don't know.
No, like, you know.
Gotta
you-
remind. Sometimes I gotta hear a reminder.
Well, see, but the good thing about, right, but I'm glad I remind you, and here's the thing I try to tell them, because they're going to really reap the benefits more than I will. They're making incredible progress in stem cells, longevity. So by the time they get older, in their 60s and 70s, it's going to be like, what, you got to replace that? Yeah, come right in. Just come in on a Tuesday. We'll
Replace it.
Yeah, so they're going to have incredible amount of.
Well, you listen. You got good genes, though.
I got good genes.
You do.
I got you. Mom, no, my mother was 97, my father was 90. So, and I'm doing pretty good too.
Listen, you're doing.
Yeah.
Your age, you're doing great.
Yeah.
The fact that he could run around on stage for 90 minutes.
No, I know.
It's insane.
No, that should be that. I know you don't like talking about your age, but I'm saying it's actually amazing. It's a sign of progress. Also, because he's crazy about food and exercise.
Well, Ozzy Osbourne was pretty much the same age, and he couldn't even get out of his chair.
Right.
Who was that?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so on the downside.
On the downside.
So then, switching into another gear, there's another question I wanted to ask Gabriella.
Yeah.
Like, is there a favorite quote or performance? Like, I don't even know. Do you watch your dad in movies? Like, is there something that stands out to you?
So, I haven't watched all of his movies, but I've watched like the big ones.
Yeah.
And I would say my favorite performance that you've ever given is Bullets Over Broadway. I would say Bullets Over Broadway. Because I had watched it when I was younger, and I had just recently watched it. Because he was like, my boyfriend had never seen it, and so my dad was like, let's watch it. So then I rewatched it, but I hadn't seen it in so long.
Right.
And that's my favorite performance that you've done.
Yeah. Well,
that is totally
that was a
my
good
favorite.
one. Well, that was an Academy Award nomination. So
Right.
I guess it was a good one.
So I guess it was a good.
I
I guess I
guess
did pretty good.
I guess you picked a good one. Yeah.
No, because I think you were totally like. It's weird because it's okay. Obviously you play a lot of mobsters, right? He plays a lot of mobsters. And
I
you're
have.
very good at it.
Yeah.
But there's something about watching you also like play a mobster guy who was a writer and an artist that was very emotional because it was, because that's you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. That's what Woody always said. Yeah.
It's you are that type of you weren't obviously you weren't in the mob,
Right.
right?
No.
So I'm kidding.
Never.
You weren't in the mob, but it's just that type. So I think that one.
Yeah. Now,
For
what
sure.
was your, and just quickly, in college, what was your favorite role that you did?
That I did. Yeah. I played Charlotte in A Little Night Music.
To me, I thought you were great in that.
I loved, and Stephen Sondheim, very, very famous composer and lyricist, wrote A Little Night Music, and that show is brilliant. And I played a character called Charlotte, and it was my favorite role. I mean, I loved all the roles that I played, but that one for sure was my favorite.
That was your favorite. Mm-hmm. Now, do you see your career going more towards film or both? You don't mind? You
both.
do both.
I like both equally. I love theater. I mean, I started in theater,
right.
So I'll always have a place for theater in my heart. But as I grew older, I also learned to love film as well.
Right.
So film's awesome. I love all mediums. I'm also a writer too. I love playwriting.
I know.
I really like playwriting. It's
and you love directing.
And I really like directing. I was able to direct.
Just like your father.
I know, him and I are very similar. I was able to direct a one-act play that I wrote at Michigan, and that was like one of the most amazing moments of my life. That was really amazing. So.
But remember, you told me, you go, Dad, in the very beginning in Michigan, you had to learn how to do the lights and all this, and you were like, oh. And
yeah, but it pays off.
But it pays off.
It totally pays off. I understand why they do it because
when you directed years later,
I understand how to talk to a lighting designer. Anyone that was in the light booth, all I did was work as a light board op, but I just understood all of that. So then when I was directing, I could talk to them and be like, oh, what about this light cue? Like I learned light cue. You know what I'm saying? So but I'm telling you, they're brilliant at Michigan. They're brilliant. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how to educate smart artists and good people. They know how to just make you like just good at what you do.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah. I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of lessons that you've taught me. Is there any lessons that being a father has taught you? Like your children has taught you? You know? I think that's a good question.
Yeah. Well, I think I could honestly say you taught me how to be more honest.
Me?
You and Dante.
Yeah.
And Jana. And because I come from a neighborhood where everything is a scam. Everybody lies
Right.
all the time.
All the time.
And it's the truth. Everything we scam each other. But it was more, it wasn't to hurt each other. We just did it because that's how we grew up. You know? And when I say you taught me to be honest and more kind, because my humor can be very, very rough.
Yeah.
You know, and I could say things that you just go, God.
Well, one time, I will say this is one time when I was younger, if I was fighting with someone, he'd go, remember, you're Palminteri. They go low, we go lower. So I remember he said that to me when I was really young. Because they go low, you go lower, Gabriella.
They go low, you go lower.
Lower. Remember that.
Because that was the street.
I know. So that's what I said. And my mom, kind of the same thing. So I never had parents that were like, take the high road. High road.
High road.
High road. You kidding me?
You kidding me?
That was a high road.
No, but you and Dante and Mom taught me to be more honest with myself because we just connived and lied all the time.
Yeah.
That's who we were.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
Gabriella.
Can't do that.
You know what? We have to do this. I want to have you back on the show because I know people want to know more about you and how you're doing.
Oh, really?
So we'll have you back on again.
I'd love to be back on.
Yeah, and you're really you're a very talented young woman, and you're going to be very successful in life, and I know you will.
Thank you.
And this is more than the father talking. This is the artist talking, artist to artist.
Yeah, artist to artist.
Artist to artist.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this was really fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Any more questions? Anything else you want to hit or?
Not right now. I mean,
No,
I
that
think
was
we
good.
save it. I think we have a very good episode.
Cool.
All right, give me a kiss. Come here. See that? See how smart she was? Face towards camera. She put my face behind the camera.
Because you're in
Wow.
the past. Getting out of here.
On
On the
door.
downside.
All right, we'll see you next week. This
Bye,
is the
everyone.
Chazz Palminteri Show. God bless you all. Don't forget, go to chazzpalminteri.net. Also, my restaurants. Go to my restaurants. 330 West 46th Street, 264 Main Street. You mentioned that you watch this show. You get a classic dessert on the house. Okay? Everybody at your table gets a dessert. God bless you. See you next week.